Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. All right, there we are. I am going to build a space complex today and feed it. So we'll see how that goes. As I've mentioned, I looked at this design and I don't see a way to align this, because this is 1, 2, 3. I would have to shift this over by 3. I would have to shift that over by 3. Hello, Mango. So I've cleared out all of the underbrush, so I have a complete image now. So that's off by 1, but that's the way it is. Yeah, I am, in all honesty, I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to get going on this. I want to play. I did a bunch of chores early, got up a little early ahead of, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. Let's get after it. I was actually ready to go about half an hour ago. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can adjust to not have this curve here. Inari, hello. Welcome. I'm doing well. Let me say hello this way. So I don't like that I have to put this little switch into this, but then again, I'm also dealing with rocket silos, and they require that. Listen to that sound effect. All the legs. So I need to put more unloading stations there for the trains. So I don't want to build any of those power lines. Unfortunately, these bots have resources on them, so they're building things even though I don't want them to. But other than shifting this whole thing to the east by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I shift it by 6, then this alignment gets broken. And that alignment is kind of important, although 1, 2, 3. It wouldn't put this in alignment. So I think I'm just going to have to live with that. Not a very good song. So I'm going to eventually have to bring a bunch of trains up here. And so I'm looking at, an unloading setup of some sorts. And these are going to be 383s. Or no, 242s, because these are going to be these unloaders. So they're going to be this long. Obviously, I'm not going to have the station there. I think 4 trains is probably all I'm going to need unloading for. And then I'll load up these spiders. And one of the things I'm going to need to do eventually is I'm going to need a custom train that can hold things for me. And I think what I'm going to do is replace this wall builder, because there's no combat here, with a custom 121 train that can just bring me what I need brought, one-off type stuff, like what this train is doing, or you know what? Here's the solar train. We're using the solar train. I just need to reprogram you to have nothing. So let me put a wagon down here. And then I'll clear away this thing, and then I'll be able to put down. I can't even build a blue chest though. That wasn't good. Alright, so let's start bringing these trains down because they'll have what I need. So I need at least one more unloader spot, maybe two. So I need to bring Bum down, and I need to bring Mucky down. And I need to go through all these blueprints and update them before I start building. And these trains are not going to be able to get in because I think that last thing is chain signal. Ooh, these are going to take a long time. That's all right, I got plenty of time. So the first thing I want to do is remove all my deletion commands from all of this. Then I want to add new deletion commands to all of this so that I can make sure I have got all of the things that might get in my way from building this deleted. Okay. Now all of these are going to have this one attribute. Hi, Fennec. I am building my first rocket silo complex. This is going to be in Africa. So I cleared out all the trees and rocks, and I had previously built this, and it's faded because of ghosting. So you can see there's a bunch of things that just get knocked out because of ghost collisions, right? So that's supposed to be there, right? But because there's a rock there and time passed, the ghost faded. So I copied and pasted it here. I rotated it, but I copied and pasted it here. But now I've got to go through and update it so that it's, if you will, clean and accurate. And then I'll blueprint it. And then I'll start building it. Boy, if only I could copy and paste tags. That would be awesome. That was sarcasm. This is going to make Petro. And this will make you can make steel. I don't think I need you to make steel. Yeah, I guess I do. What I probably need to do is bring this little train over. Yeah, these trains are all stuck now. because this little train is somewhere in here. Oh, I did bring this little train. Okay. I'm going to need to bring a bunch of rail signals. And one repair pack that I will promptly drop in a box. I don't need these. I don't want to waste space on things I don't need. I really didn't want all that rail. Oh well. Oh, I don't need those at all anymore. And they're going to take up space that I don't want to lose. I have visitors. Airbus. Thank you for the raid. There we go. Well, you get a greeting. Yeah, yeah. There's a joke, Airbus, about the other voice talking to you is that I'm not crazy. There's no other voices in my voice. Shut up. Who said that? So I'm going to try not to build things. So first off, let's get you to shut up. Secondly, let's get you out of my inventory. So this is going to have to be run manually because it's not going to allow itself to... Oh, no. Now, I built this crossover before I built that turnaround, so I can get rid of this crossover. So this blueprint is going to have a lot of signals on it, which is what I want. Which will allow trains to creep on up in here. The always pushy King Finerb. So what I plan to do is put down some stations here that allow me to more easily control the trains that are coming in and out of here. Didn't want those chests getting built. So what I can do is just grab a copy of all of these and just duplicate them. Smoking. And then I think I need one more, which is this one. So these things, while they exist, these are going to be the unloaders. And there should be nobody with that. Second most, you know, there's a whole lot of people who posted in my Discord about how I was their most watched streamer, so inquiring minds want to know, what did I do to only be your second most watched streamer, dog? I mean, in all honesty, who could be more entertaining than me? Oh, that's funny. Faceless. I don't even have a train station here anymore. Okay. So I'm gonna need a station here. Well, I'm out of those. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge. See, that is definitely a flaw. I don't understand it. Let me go get a couple of these signals because I need them. I don't want to pick them out of this intersection. At the end of the day, I'm going to have a bunch of chests that are used to build the rest of this place. Although it's more likely that I'll be using these spiders to do the work, and I won't. But I don't want these things being built. But I'd like to carry them around. I do need to make some name changes once I place things. So, I don't want you idiots annoying me with that. Good. That'll almost shut you up. Good. Now it shuts you up. I thought about that, Fennec, and I use temporary roboports in some of my construction designs. And I've actually considered joining all of these together because when you look at this, I don't need to keep these networks separate. I mean, take a look at this, right? This is the same premise as what I've got, which, by the way, that reminds me, I need these to be 4 lanes. I was thinking about that the other night. I need all of this to be 4 lane. So, to finish my thought there, I'm considering making all of this one RoboPort network, not just for construction. Because the only thing that's going to be traveling is fuel. Because let's take, for example, this manufacturing system here, right? All it's doing is building these level 3 speed modules. And all of these RoboPort networks, their only purpose is to take fuel from the fuel unloader and put it into the requester chests to supply the trains when they get here to drop things off. If all of these were connected, and each one of them, they each have 10 bots in them, even if it chose a train, even if it chose a bot way on the other side and traveled it, it's going to be bringing fuel to a chest that already has a filter of 5. So it's going to be bringing 5 to 8 or 12 or whatever fuel. But when a train stops here, it's usually only needing 1 fuel. So it's just dropping off 1 fuel, really. So there's no urgency. And if all of this were one RoboPort, at the very least for construction purposes, then it would make sense. And as an example, I have this smelting array. This smelting array has RoboPorts for the same reason. It has RoboPorts that take fuel from this unloader and feed these unloaders. But I couldn't get a RoboPort in the middle of this, so I put it out here on the rail. And then there's so many freaking parts to be delivered here, because this is built in this size at a time, that what I always ended up doing was just throwing a bunch of Conbots in here and letting them build this thing. So I think they're even still in this one. Yeah, there's 500 Conbots in this network, because I just never bothered to take them out. And this built itself. I would just bring a train up here into this area and dump a bunch of crap into the network and then let the bots just do their job. And so that's part of what I'm learning here and figuring out. Now that I've got the design done, which I finished Monday, I now have to figure out how to build it and how to get the resources in to build it. And I'm going to have to bootstrap it with some amount of trains, because and after I build it, I need these train stations to have priority, which means I'm probably going to disable a bunch of other trains or disable a bunch of other outputs because I need the train loader to get its resources, the train builder to get its resources first, so that I can make this happen. Well, the reactors are nowhere near here. I mean, by the way, I took your design and I did some skeleton placement around the around Italy, so that when I need to place my next reactors, I have a skeleton of it. And that way I can just place your stuff on top of these. So this thing is totally backed up, and I'm not using the fuel from it quickly. I don't think these things have ever been pulled from. Because I still make things faster than I use them. Wow. Yeah, when I say join all the networks, I only mean join all the networks that are in the rocket complex. Basically, it would be like turning all of all of this into one big robot network for construction purposes. And then I can break it into pieces again when I get construction completed. But I also want to update my blueprints. So all of these are going to get placed. I think this is the naming strategy I decided to go with. Yeah, getting the resources here to build it the first time is going to be a challenge. But after that, I don't this network, this rail network, is not going to be connected to the general rail network except for here. And that's only for this initial construction, but this rail will never touch this rail. None of these will connect to anywhere other than right here. And then I will build another one of these. Server. I will build another one of these up here. And I will build another one of them down here. Ugh, this song. It was okay for a while. Okay, so the reason I did that is because this is going to have to be placed in a lot of places. So I wanted to have the naming fixed. And I don't like that any of it's been built, but whatever. I thought I had set some of these names up correctly already. Uh, Inari, I couldn't tell you. Um, because it's the accumulation of all of the years that I have played Factorio. And and in addition to that, this idea of this 12 beacon design, I've worked on I've worked on something similar to that for a long time. Um, this is the modern one, but I had one Yeah, rail-based factories, recurring item rails. I used to have a design like this that made green circuits. And this doesn't have a date on it, but this is old. This is like years old. And the premise of what I used here is developed into what I used for the 12 beacon that you see now. And I've got these late game designs that were created for me, like this. So here's a 12 beacon that was originally, Jesus, a long time ago. So planning this one out has taken a few weeks to create the subcomponents, and I keep refining it as I go. This is solid fuel. Yeah. This is rocket fuel. Low density structures. Rocket control units. This should be blue. This should be speed modules. I am missing. Nope, I'm good. Yeah, I studied a lot of people, watched how they played. So I learned from them. And using beacons like that, to be honest, is kind of boring. All right. We're not listening to that. I'm still working on this playlist, so. I thought I had some of these already named. I think I'm going to leave the nation off. That way And that way I can just template it. And then this has just got to go everywhere. And it should allow me to reset a lot. You're different though, because you don't have an outbound. All right, so I need to delete, I need a decon planner that does what I want, what I really, really want. I need to get rid of all of these custom rails. You ain't even supposed to be there. What am I going to do about those power poles? Because I can't allow them to persist. So maybe I build... We'll see how that plays out. What have you got on you? Hopefully I've got enough overlap that that's not an issue. So I don't want to persist power poles and stuff where they don't need to be. I'll build the whole rail network and I'll see where it goes from there. Not the whole rail network, the power network. I'll set these up for outside connections because that's how it's going to go. So that core thing is going to be a 4x.